All right, we're going to continue with my seasonal postcards. I guess they're technically not postcards. Whatever. My mail club design. Gonna close this, and I'll probably just delete these videos because I have them now. That way I don't have so much space. I have done quite a bit of work since you've last seen me do this. So I will just probably show you, maybe I'll just show you like the layers. No, I'm not even gonna bother. I'll just start recording like this. All right. So you can see that I have worked a fair bit on the bear in that I've kind of tidied up the line work. You can see the bear paws are still in this pencil, which indicates that I have not yet like tidied them up. And I added this for the earth element. I added a log because the triangle has like a line at the bottom, and I thought the log would be cool instead of just a line because then it kind of fits in with the bear, I thought. And I'm gonna add some designs to the log perhaps. And I probably could also look at a reference photo for this. It would probably make this look a little bit more realistic. I'm not really sure that that's like super the style of my artwork though, but I might do that just because it'd be cool to have like some interesting tree patterns.
That looks really nice.
Yeah? Yeah. It's okay that it's not like super realistic wood design.
That's not really what you're going for, right? The illustration kind of has a simplistic vibe to it. I like it.
I just like this kind of doodles, wood doodles. Today when I was walking Siku, I thought that I was on a bear trail for a moment, and Siku was like super excited and pulling me towards what I thought was a bear. Turns out it was horses, and we were fine, needless to say. But he did almost drag me down a hill, so he was really excited about the horses, and I was really worried that he was like, I don't know, dragging me to my death to get like mauled by a bear. And on that note, I'm gonna do these bear prints. I feel like I am fairly satisfied with the location and size of these because, again, remember, these paws are where people are going to be writing their affirmations. So I want them to have enough space for people to comfortably write within them. But at the same time, I want them to still kind of look like the bear paw. So it's a bit of a balance between, making enough room for people to write, but also designing it still to the way that I want the design to look. Not sure that really makes a lot of sense the way I'm saying it, but hopefully you understand more or less, and it probably helps that you can see what I'm doing. I hope. I think this is a good one. Maybe I make it a bit wider. Okay, actually I'm going to take this off so that I'm not looking at the previous design. actually, I might, let's see what I did. I can do like a big one here. And I did like another opposite one here. The thing is, this would kind of overlap. Maybe that's not so important if it does or doesn't. I mean, we can see what this feels like visually. Cole, does this look weird? Like the kind of like overlapping paws? Should I try and keep them like not overlapping?
I think the kind of space the fit together with before was a little bit nicer.
So doing like keeping it more separate.
I think so.
Okay, so and then should they just like not touch at all the design?
What do you mean?
The middle design?
I don't know, that's up to you. I think the not touching each other makes more of a difference. But if you can make it work, then maybe it would be even cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah, probably, if there's a way to do it. If there's not, then I would say just focus on keeping the paw prints themselves separate.
Because ideally I want
put on my sweatshirt.
enough space for this to fit the writing. I think this should, I mean, hopefully this is enough space. That's crazy. He wasn't kidding. He's actually cutting the trees down.
Whoa.
Was there sound? That's sick. That's what I would sound like if I was trying to cut trees while being on them. That's scary. Okay, let's see what this looks like. I think this looks pretty good. Maybe this is still too close here. I just worry if this is enough room for people to write. But maybe I just need to open this guy up more. Still not really loving this bottom corner, so we're gonna keep playing with this one. This one's a challenging one because I want something to fit writing wise here, but I also think that it's just gonna have to be a little bit stylized, perhaps. Yeah, closer to this, I think makes sense. Because ideally, I think I would still have a bit more space between here and here. And maybe that's better. Maybe that's fine. This will be where I leave this for now. I'm going to make this a reference layer so that I can play around with this. Fill that, and then now that I've done that, I'm going to go here, like mossy brown. Let's start right there. And just see how these look. This might have to be slightly darker, I think. Oops. I don't know. This is not, I don't dislike this. The other option is to make it more like this color. Oops. And maybe like slightly like here. I like this quite a bit. It feels very good. Okay, now I've got to go back to my reference photo of this guy. And he's got some lighter colors, like some grays and stuff. Okay, so back to this, maybe I'll do this layer here. I want kind of like a fairly dark. Let's see how this looks pretty good. And I kind of want to emulate the lighting that's going on here, and that there's like quite a bit of highlights. And I mean, this gives him quite a bit more texture, which is nice too. Oh no! Okay, all good. And I think this will make it easier for it to be kind of more apparent what his shape is, because otherwise he's just kind of a blob, really. I think it will also add some, like, I don't know, I think it'll make it more, like, he looks so much more like clearly a bear, I feel like, when I can give him some highlights. And I think that this approach of like adding a bit of texture is the one that I want to do. I might change my mind potentially if I decide that it looks too busy and like takes away from the simplicity of the drawing. But for now, I feel like the adding kind of like the hairs as highlights allows him to really look like a bear and not a blob. My battery died, so we're back. Oh wow, we're on a different page. Okay, so really this area is wrong. This area is wrong. This is what I mean, that I have to like restart if I do something weird. Okay, I think this is fine enough. Yeah, he's like, I don't know, he's kind of freakishly not bear-like. But I did also want him to look like this guy, and this guy kind of has a weird vibe to him, so that's on me. Might that be that he still needs like more highlights and I just haven't like fully figured it out how to do them? Okay, well, I'm going to pause here on the bear because I'm getting really in my head about him, and I can show you where I'm at with the red eft, which I'm pretty happy with. The colors are pretty out there. They're not super like natural. And I think in comparison to the colors for the bear, they're quite different. So I might change the colors. But also maybe it's fine that one of them's kind of like more pastel-y and the other one's like more neutral. But I'm quite happy with how this one's turning out. I think my next step will be to finalizing this in my mind, commit to it, and then I'll get started on the last card. So I think I'll stop here for now because, like I said, I'm getting really in my head about the bear. I'll probably show it to Cole and see what he thinks. I am like just not super sure that I'm married to like the texture of the fur, but at the same time I feel like without it he is like not fully I don't know, maybe it's his eyes need to be lighter and bigger, even though that's not really how bears look. Like, it doesn't really matter. Maybe I just have to decide artistically that he's got to look more like that. Yeah, I haven't really landed on what my thoughts are there. I mean, the other option too is maybe this green is like not the right green and it should be like a darker brown. Oh well. Oh, I need this as a reference layer. My bad. The brown looks much better, I feel like. Maybe that is part of the solution. I can't tell if I need it to be lighter or darker. Start with darker. I feel like this is pretty good. This kind of makes him look more like a bear, I feel like, but at the same time, I still feel like his eyes, there's something like his eyes are not fully visible because they're small. But then again, he's has small eyes. So, yeah. I'm going to stop here because